A stranger's phone call, a split-second decision, and suddenly her entire world changed forever. But here's what nobody expected. She wasn't the only one who was saved that night. This is the story of Emma Clarke, a woman who thought she had nothing left to lose, until she discovered that sometimes the person you save might just be yourself. Emma was 34 years old when her life fell apart. Not all at once. That would have been easier to understand. No, it crumbled slowly, piece by piece, until she woke up one morning and didn't recognize the person in the mirror anymore. 3 years earlier, she'd been thriving. A successful graphic designer, a loving marriage, plans for the future, but then came the miscarriage. Then another. And with each loss, a piece of her marriage died too. By the time the divorce papers arrived, Emma had already built walls so high around her heart that even she couldn't climb over them anymore. She moved into a small apartment across town, stopped answering calls from friends, let her business fade, and every night she'd sit by that window, watching the world move on without her. But on November 14th, everything changed because of a wrong number. It was 11:47 p.m. when Emma's phone rang. She almost didn't answer. Almost. But something made her reach for it. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe it was fate. The voice on the other end was young, shaking, desperate. "Mom? Mom, please. I don't know what to do. I'm scared." Emma froze. The girl, she couldn't have been older than 16, was sobbing. And here's the thing that struck Emma immediately. This wasn't just fear. This was the sound of someone who'd given up hope. "Sweetie," Emma said gently, "I think you have the wrong number. I'm not your mom." There was silence, then more crying. "I'm sorry," the girl whispered. "I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have. I'll just..." Emma's heart stopped because she recognized something in that voice, something she heard every time she looked in the mirror. The sound of someone barely holding on. "Wait," Emma said. "Don't hang up. Talk to me. What's your name?" "Lily," the girl whispered. And for the next hour, Emma listened. She listened to Lily describe the bullying at school, the feeling of being invisible at home, the crushing weight of just existing, and the plan she'd made for that very night. Lily had been sitting on the edge of a bridge when she called. She'd meant to call her mother one last time, but her hands were shaking so badly, she'd misdialed by one digit. One single digit. Emma didn't try to be a therapist. She didn't offer empty platitudes. She just talked, like one human being to another. She told Lily about her own pain, the losses, the loneliness, the mornings when getting out of bed felt impossible. And then she said something she hadn't admitted to anyone, not even herself. "I've been sitting in the dark for 3 years, Lily. And you know what I just realized? I've been on my own bridge, just a different kind." And that's when everything shifted. Because Lily said something back, something that shattered Emma's walls in an instant. "Then maybe we can help each other down?" They talked until sunrise, not about dying, about living, about the small things worth staying for. Hot chocolate on cold mornings, the way dogs tilt their heads when confused, the possibility that tomorrow might be different than today. By the time the sun came up, Lily had stepped away from the bridge, and Emma had stepped away from her window. They agreed to talk again, tomorrow, and the day after that. Here's what Emma didn't know that night, couldn't have known. Lily's mother, her real mother, had been searching for Lily all night, frantic, terrified. She had called the police, driven through every street, checked every place her daughter might go. But Lily's phone had been off, unreachable, until that misdial. When Lily finally called her mother at 6:15 a.m. to say she was okay, that she was coming home, her mother broke down, and she asked one question. Where were you? Who were you with? And that's when Lily told her about the wrong number, about Emma, about the stranger who'd stayed on the phone for 6 hours with someone else's daughter. 3 days later, Emma received a handwritten letter. Inside was a simple message. You saved my daughter's life, but I don't think you know what else you saved. For 3 years, I've blamed myself for not seeing her pain, for being too busy, too distracted, too convinced everything was fine. Your call, that wrong number, it didn't just save Lily, it woke me up. It brought us back to each other. You gave me my daughter back, and somehow, in the process, you found yourself again too. Thank you for answering the phone. Emma and Lily still talk. Every week. Sometimes about heavy things. Sometimes just about life. Lily's mother sends Emma photos. Lily at her high school graduation. Lily laughing with friends. Lily applying to art school. Emma started designing again. Small projects at first, then bigger ones. She even began volunteering at a crisis helpline because she understood something now that she hadn't before. Sometimes the person reaching out for help isn't just the one making the call. Sometimes it's the one who answers it too. A year after that night, Emma met Lily and her mother in person for the first time. They had coffee at a small cafe downtown, and when they hugged goodbye, Emma's mother whispered something in her ear. You didn't just answer a wrong number, you answered the right call at exactly the right moment for both of you. Here's what Emma learned. Sometimes the smallest choices create the biggest ripples. Sometimes a stranger becomes your lifeline, and sometimes the person you save by showing up is yourself. One phone call, 2 lives changed, all because someone chose to answer